This is video log 2, interaction 1 for the Global Learning Project. My previous partner decided that he did not want to be a part of this for the rest of the semester, so I had to find a new partner. Her name is Josephine Disclara. She is from Indonesia. She's a film student at MSU, a senior. So for high school, a normal day. For me, it was like I woke up, took like an hour to get ready, rode the bus for an hour to go to school because it was in the next city over, and then I basically spent all day being social. We got to leave campus for lunch once you were past sophomore, so we would normally just not come back after lunch. We'd just go hang out in town. I was not a very studious high school student, so it was not really the best example of a high school day. But and then I would go home after school on the bus, or I would stay in town and hang out with my friends. But either way, I didn't really do much studying when I got home. I would just do whatever, hang out with my friends or my sister, and watch TV or something. For Josephine, she said that she went to an international school, and she said it was a liberal school, and it was very laid back. She said she would wake up around 6:30. But it was far from her house. Her school was far from her house, so she would have to leave like an hour before it started. She could like eat and nap in the car on the way there. And then she got 2 like recess times, she said. So they would like leave campus during then. Her and her friends would and go to a coffee shop or go hang out. So then they would go back to school after their recess things were over, and then afterwards she said that she would go out and hang out with her friends around town, or they would go to someone's house and have dinner and just like relax until like 9 o'clock when she would go home. Then she would spend time with her family and do homework till about 12 or 1, and then she'd go to bed. She said that the top 3 things she was worried about in high school were like losing her friends once she graduated, getting into a good school, and living up to other people's expectations of her, which I think, like, during the last year of high school was the same for me. It was basically the same thing, but for the rest of high school, I kind of didn't care, and I was apathetic about my education. I was more worried about whether or not people liked me, people invited me to parties, or what the next social event was going on. So in my high school, I was worried about, like, what I looked like, and what clothes I had, and what vehicle I drove, and a lot of things that didn't actually matter to high school. The top 3 things that Josephine said made her happy in high school were, she said the environment at her school was very friendly and like a family and welcoming, and it made her really happy that even the staff and the teachers, they were all very nice and like just cared about them. She also said that their schools allowed them to be very creative, which I did not have the same experience in high school. And she said that the sense of togetherness with her friends was probably like the best thing about high school, because she's still friends with all of her friends from high school. She spends a lot of time with them when she can get away from MSU. I think the things that made me happy in high school were like kind of vapid, like getting invited to parties. I mean, like I was very proud of myself when I did get good grades, but it wasn't my main focus. I was more focused on using school as a social outlet versus an educational place. So for an American high school, we have the ACT, the SAT, all these things. I took the ACT several times, same with the SAT and the ASVAB and all of these tests. Standardized, stressful, scary stuff for a high schooler. Josephine said that they didn't really take those. She did take the SAT in order to get accepted into MSU, but they didn't really have big tests like that in their school. They said that they had like projects and like presentations and stuff versus standardized tests, which I think are a pretty Americanized thing. She said that she had to completely change her whole studying habits and like ways of preparing when she had to take the SAT in order to get into MSU. So it was a pretty big deal. But so there were similarities between us, but I think that we had pretty different views of school and different actual experiences of high school. So it was really cool to learn about it. I can't wait for the next interaction.